World War III is at hand. The G7 equals the group of nations with 7 leading economies. They held their annual meeting on May 19th through May 21st. The G7 is made up of Canada, the USA, the United Kingdom, France, Germany, Italy, and Japan. This meeting was particularly noteworthy because it was held in Hiroshima, Japan, the location of the detonation of the first atomic bomb on August the 6th, 1945, in World War II. What made that meeting of the G7 particularly ominous is not just that it was held in Hiroshima, rather it was at that meeting that President Biden announced that the U.S. is going to send several F-16 fighter jets to Ukraine to enable Ukraine to fight back against the Russian invasion. Biden's announcement was totally ominous because Russia is sure to call the F-16s an alarming provocation, and even a major escalation of that war. Plus, Volodymyr Zelensky was at that meeting. That makes it more ominous still because Putin calls him a neo-Nazi and calls the whole Ukraine regime neo-Nazi. We need to remember Putin has threatened to launch World War III if the U.S. and the West, in other words NATO, helps Ukraine too much. We should take this G7 meeting in Hiroshima as a sign that World War III is coming soon due to the U.S. crossing the red line that Putin has drawn in the sand by us sending F-16s to Ukraine. Because Hiroshima, the bombing of Hiroshima in World War II was a microcosm of the larger nuclear war called World War III, we can take this recent G7 meeting in Hiroshima, of all places, as a sign from God that World War III will happen because of the sending of our F-16s to Ukraine. Now, I'm not saying we're wrong to send the F-16s. I'm saying Russia is gunning for us even if we don't send the F-16s. How much time do we have left? Well, the F-16s won't be flying right away. Pilot training will take 2 or 3 months. But Putin may not wait till the jet fighters reach Ukraine. He could press the nuclear button in late June. For June 22 is the anniversary of the German invasion of Russia in 1941 in World War II. Since Putin uses the rhetoric of Russia versus the Nazis, he may use a date that embodies the war of Russia versus the Nazis. And June 22 would do that. Or God could ordain that June 26 will be the day of judgment. For June 26, 2015, was when our Supreme Court made the disastrous decision to legalize gay marriage. God may want to curse that day to show his displeasure with that decision. And when I say he wants to curse that day by having nuclear war come on that day, regardless of when Russia will bomb the U.S. and, quote, take out the restrainer out of the way, take the restrainer out of the way, and by which I mean NATO. This is a quote from 2 Thessalonians chapter 2, verse 6 and 7. The tribulation will only last 5 months. That's Revelation 9, verse 5 and 10. For Christ said, quote, I will come quickly. That means that once the tribulation begins, Christ will come quickly from that point. Revelation 3, verse 11, and chapter 22, and verse 7, 12, and 20. Just remember, 5 months will be the length of the trib.